What if I told you there are people, maybe even those closest to you, who are unknowingly sabotaging your dreams? It's a chilling thought, isn't it? The truth is, certain behaviors and energy patterns can dismantle your reality, holding you back from the life you were meant to live. And here's the twist, these people often don't even realize the damage they're causing. Worse still, you might even find yourself playing one of these roles without realizing it. These saboteurs aren't the obvious villains you'd expect. They don't wear masks or announce their intentions. Instead, they show up disguised as helpful advice, logical reasoning, or even friendly concern. Their energy is subtle but powerful, embedding itself into your mindset and leaving you stuck in a loop of self-doubt, fear, and limitation. But here's the good news, you can spot these influences, understand their impact, and, most importantly, break free from their grip. Curious to uncover who these people are? Stick around, because this isn't just about pointing fingers, it's about understanding the energy around you and learning to protect your own. The answers might surprise you, and by the end, you'll have the tools to reclaim your power and shape your reality with clarity and intention. Let's dive in. The complainer. Have you ever been around someone who never seems satisfied, no matter what? That's the complainer for you. This archetype thrives on finding fault in every situation, unknowingly tethering themselves to a low vibration. Think of it as trying to water your garden with a leaky hose, you're pouring energy into growth, but it's wasted on negativity. Complaining not only disrupts your energetic flow but also ripples outward, impacting those around you. Ever noticed how one negative coworker can sour an entire team's morale? That's the hidden power of this archetype in action. The spiritual toll of constant dissatisfaction is immense. Complaining shifts your focus toward what's lacking, which, in turn, attracts more of it. It's like tuning into a static-filled radio station when you could be vibing to your favorite hits. Research in psychology even shows that repetitive negative thinking rewires the brain for pessimism. Want to protect your energy? Start by recognizing when the complainer archetype shows up in you. Do you habitually vent about your day without considering gratitude? A small mindset shift, like journaling 3 things you're grateful for, can break that cycle. Protecting yourself from external complainers is just as crucial. Picture yourself as a glowing sphere of light, and every complaint hurled your way is a shadow trying to dim it. Simple practices like setting boundaries, using affirmations, or even politely redirecting conversations can keep their energy from seeping into yours. Try saying, "What's one good thing about today?" Next time someone spirals into negativity, it might just shift the entire vibe. And that brings us to another archetype you may not even realize is holding you back. The realist. The realist loves to think they've got it all figured out. They pride themselves on being practical, grounded, and sensible. But here's the catch, they unknowingly confine themselves to a box made of facts and logic. Imagine trying to climb a ladder to the stars, only to stop halfway because someone said the stars were too far to reach. This archetype dismisses the magic of intuition and the unseen forces that shape our lives, tethering you to a reality where only what's proven can exist. By overvaluing logic, the realist cuts off access to infinite possibilities. Studies in neuroscience highlight that intuition, what many call a gut feeling, is the brain's way of synthesizing complex information beyond conscious reasoning. Ignoring it is like driving a car but refusing to use GPS because you trust only the map in your hand. To truly grow, you need balance, let logic guide your steps, but allow intuition to reveal paths you never thought possible. This blend can transform your decision-making from rigid to revolutionary. Breaking free from this archetype starts with small, intentional shifts. Next time you're faced with a choice, ask yourself, what does my intuition say? Meditation or practices like automatic writing can help you tap into this unseen guidance. Think of intuition as a whisper in a noisy room, you just need to quiet the noise to hear it. By opening to possibilities beyond logic, you unlock a realm of potential you never thought possible. But there's another archetype that's even sneakier in keeping you trapped. Let's uncover it next. The fearmonger. Fear is a master of disguise. It whispers worst-case scenarios, keeps you awake with what-ifs, and convinces you to play small in a world of infinite potential. That's the hallmark of the fearmonger, an archetype that thrives on keeping you in survival mode. It's like living in a fortress. Sure, you feel protected, but you're also imprisoned, unable to venture out and claim what's waiting for you. Fear-based thinking doesn't just limit opportunities, it sabotages your ability to connect with your higher self and the universe's flow. The energetic toll of fear is profound. Studies in psychophysiology reveal that fear activates the stress response, flooding your body with cortisol and adrenaline, which lowers your vibration. In spiritual terms, fear is like a fog that clouds your intuition and keeps you tethered to lower frequencies. Have you ever hesitated to take a bold step because fear convinced you it would fail? That hesitation isn't just mental, it's a spiritual block, a wall between you and the life you're meant to live. Breaking free from the fearmonger takes courage and practice. Start by challenging fear with questions like, is this true, or is this just a story I'm telling myself? Visualization is another powerful tool. Picture yourself stepping out of that fortress and into a field of endless possibilities. Grounding exercises, such as deep breathing or walking barefoot in nature, can help you reconnect with your higher guidance and remind you that fear is a visitor, not a permanent resident. Yet fear rarely acts alone, it works in harmony with other archetypes to keep you stuck. Let's unravel how these forces combine to trap you in a low vibration. How these archetypes keep you stuck. Imagine a web, intricately woven, but instead of silk, it's spun with the energies of the complainer, the realist, and the fearmonger. Each thread reinforces the other, trapping you in a reality of limitations and low vibrations. The complainer drains your energy by focusing on lack, the realist insists that change is impossible, and the fearmonger keeps you too scared to even try. Together, they create a feedback loop of negativity, a perfect storm for sabotaging manifestation and spiritual growth. These archetypes don't just coexist, they feed off one another. Complaining about what's wrong feeds fear of change. Fear then reinforces the realist's insistence on staying within the safe confines of what's logical or predictable. It's like being stuck on a treadmill, running hard but going nowhere. This cycle distorts your perception of reality, making abundance seem out of reach and spiritual growth feel unattainable. The more you fall into these patterns, the harder it becomes to break free. But breaking free isn't impossible, it starts with awareness. Recognize when you're slipping into one archetype's grip and ask yourself, is this thought or action helping me, or holding me back? Practices like journaling or working with affirmations can help you identify and interrupt these patterns. Surround yourself with high vibration activities and people who challenge these archetypes, rather than feeding into them. The key is to shift your perspective, but first, you'll need to look within, because sometimes the biggest saboteur isn't external at all. Let's uncover that next. Recognizing the archetypes within. Here's a tough truth to swallow, sometimes, the biggest obstacle in your path is you. The complainer, the realist, and the fearmonger don't just exist in others, they might be lurking within you. Think about it. Do you catch yourself venting about life's challenges without seeking solutions? That's the complainer in action. Do you dismiss dreams because they seem too unrealistic? That's the realist speaking up. And those moments of overthinking or letting fear hold you back? Well, the fearmonger has claimed its seat at your table. Recognizing these archetypes in yourself isn't about judgment, it's about awareness. When you acknowledge their presence, you reclaim the power they've stolen. Shadow work, a practice of exploring your unconscious mind, can shine a light on these hidden tendencies. For example, if fear has you trapped, trace it back. Did a childhood experience teach you to avoid risks? Understanding the root helps you transform it. As Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Shifting from a destructive to a constructive mindset requires daily action. Replace complaints with gratitude lists to silence the complainer. Challenge the realist by setting a goal that feels just out of reach and trusting the process. Face the fearmonger by stepping into discomfort. Start small if you need to. Each step rewrites the narrative and raises your vibration. But awareness isn't just about personal growth, it opens the door to aligning with the energy of the universe, setting the stage for real transformation. Now that you've uncovered these hidden influences, it's time to take action. Are you ready to confront the energy drainers in your life and reclaim the reality you deserve? Start by asking yourself, where have I been giving my power away? Which archetype, the complainer, the realist, or the fearmonger, feels the most familiar? Awareness is your first step toward transformation, but the real magic lies in the action you take afterward. Imagine what your life could look like if you raised your vibration, overcame fear-based thinking, and broke free from negative energy patterns. What would you achieve? Who would you become? It's not just about avoiding the influence of others, it's about stepping fully into your own energy and potential. Change begins the moment you decide to rewrite the stories and patterns that no longer serve you. If you've made it this far, let us know what you think in the comments section below. Continue expanding your consciousness by watching the recommended video that you see on the screen right now.